Hey everyone. So I just got up. It's a little early. My wife is sleeping because I've got one of these that just popped out about almost 2 weeks ago. So I mentioned in one of the forums that my family situation has changed and it required the need for us to change some of our transportation. And like all new dads, you spend a lot of time going down the rabbit hole of figuring out car seats and latch mechanisms and anchors and tethers and all the crazy nonsense that kids these days need. Now, I'm old enough, but not that old, where I can say stories about, when I was your age, we didn't have car seats. And that's kind of true. Anyway, the point is, I want my ever-growing family to be safe as we do our road trips and things like that. So I came to the painful conclusion that the amount of space that is in the X5 is not sufficient. You can't really fit 3 car seats. And I did some research. I found a really narrow car seat. I think it was by Cozy that makes it. That allegedly you can put in between the middle row, and then you can magically let your 2 other car seats work. Well, let me show you what that looks like. So here, this is a loaner, while the X5 is in for an oil change and some other stuff. So these are essentially almost identical. I went through a lot of the BMW lineup to find out which of the vehicles had the most amount of width in the second row. And hold on. Basically, what happens is my second daughter's car seat is that thing from Kleck, and it's allegedly among the most narrow ones. But it's still wide enough that it needs to attach to the back anchor points into the car right there. My new daughter, she needs a car seat that goes where the passenger would be. She can't go in the middle. And my oldest, we would take this car seat and move it over there. And the problem is it just wouldn't fit. Like if you route the seatbelt through the car seat, it's just not going to work. She's got no way of buckling her car seat in. It's not practical at all. And you might see some videos online of people that they fit 3 across in their car, and they've got some magical mechanism where the kids reverse crawl up the car seat to fit themselves in. Not going to work for my family. So what does a BMW fan do? You look in the BMW lineup and see what's going to work and what's not going to work. And so to that end, I put an order in for an X7. Now, I remember when the X7 came out, I thought to myself, I don't know if I can get behind this. This is sort of like the first truck or car from BMW with the giant kidney grills, which these things are huge too. I mean, these are really enormous on this 5 Series, which is like the size of the 7 Series. Anyway, so I thought I couldn't get over the looks of it. However, that third row is really attractive, and I really couldn't find any other options that I outside of a minivan or a Honda Odyssey or Pilot that made sense for our style of life. And so I noticed that this year, well, last year I guess in 2020, BMW announced an M50i version. I did look at the Alpina BX7, and it's so awesome, but I'm having a hard time justifying the price tag for that right now. Maybe in the future, but for now, it's a bit too much. Plus, the other problem we have is I got a kid now, and we're sort of stuck. I can't really drive with the whole family right now until we have suitable transportation for them. So I put an order in. Where are we? At the end of March, and I put in an order for, I think, a killer build. It's Dravit Gray, which is an amazing, amazing color. It's an individual style color, so there's a lot of depth to it, a lot of flake. So it's like it's almost like an offshoot of Stratus Gray. And if you don't know what Stratus Gray is like one of my favorite colors, but it's darker. So it's got like this gold hue, some green hues to it. It totally changes color shape. Dravit Gray, I was going towards, I think there's a brown interior similar to my X5. But then I decided, you know what? You live once, go with white. What better interior color could one pick for a family of 3 girls, little kids, than white, right? Plus it's a lease, so insert your conclusion there. And I'm pretty good about using products to maintain and keep the leather clean and whatever. So it's not really a big deal. So we got the ivory interior. What else did I get? I kept the serum gray options on it, which are like it's a special like silver paint that covers the mirror cap, the front giant kidney grille, and then the air breather on the side. And there's an extended bar that goes along. That's all in serum gray, and then some trim in the back of the car, the truck rather. I was going back and forth between the Shadowline extended trim, which is just like all black Shadowline, and a lot of the other X7 M50is have that, and I felt like there was some really interesting contrast that happens between the serum gray and whatever, so I kept that. I kept the stock wheels on there. They're serum gray colored as well. They look pretty cool. And then as far as options go, I added captain's chairs because for my family of 3 kids, it seemed to make the most sense to have not a bench. The bench makes it hard, impossible for my kids at their age, because when I attach that car seat, it has an anchor that goes along the back of it. And if you think about how that works, is basically my baby seat is stuck. That's going to be stuck. There's no way for my kid to get over to the 3rd row to get into her booster seat, essentially. So with a captain's chairs, my daughter that's going in the 3rd row, she can walk between the seats. So that's why I went with the captain's chairs. So you got captain's chairs. I added the leather dashboard. It blows my mind why on a vehicle as luxurious as an X7 doesn't come standard with leather dashboard. So I added that on there. I added a spare tire and the tow hitch. The tow hitch was like $300. That's a no-brainer. And allegedly here in the U.S., you lose the ability to do the kick to open the door thing. But apparently in the U.K. or elsewhere in the world, you have that functionality. So maybe it's a coding thing that we can recode back in to get that functionality. Glass controls, and then the active steering for the rear wheels, and there's an active roll stabilizer. What else did I add? Seating package, and then heat massage seats. So the idea is for this truck is to really we want to do a lot more road trips this year, and I can't imagine having a more comfortable, capable vehicle than the X7, which is complete overkill for what we're doing here. I realize that, like the 40i was probably more than enough, but I like to bring things to 11 for the family. And then the only other problem with this giant behemoth of a tank is there's like no trunk space. There's no boot space. It's very, very limited, especially when you got the back seats up. If you have the back seats down, it's fine, but with the back seats up, it sucks. But I have no choice because I have a 3rd kid. So our plan is to have one of the back seats up where she's going to sit, the other one down. It helps, but it's not going to be entirely awesome. So to help provide additional capacity, that baby's going on top. So I ordered some roof bars for it, and that's the 520. So that should be more than enough space for us to do our best impression of National Lampoon's Family Vacation when we go out and check out different road trip stuff. So that's kind of really it. I'm excited for it. The truck has been built. It's been built, and I'm waiting for it. Oh, this is a story. So the dealer I ordered it from is based in New Jersey. Ironically, I'm in Georgia now. And I'm sure you saw Jersey plates on my cars, so you know that I lived in New Jersey. So even though the truck is built in Spartanburg, South Carolina, which is only 3 hours from where I live, it's getting picked up, or it got picked up. It's on its way to Jersey right now, so that I can buy it there, and then I have to pay for transportation to have it shipped back to where I live in Georgia. Some of you might say, well, why don't you do the performance center delivery? Great idea. Only problem is the soonest I can get in was May 10th. And today is the April 20th or so. So another 20 days without a truck or a car for the family isn't really convenient. So the idea is, I talked to my wife about this, and she's just, we just gave birth. It's not really a great time to go leave for a day and a half while I go do a PCD. So what we'll do is, when the lease is up on this thing, we'll plan on doing another delivery there. And maybe we'll make that a special build somehow. So that would be fun. But you got to wait 3 years for that, folks. Otherwise, I think that's it. So I'm really excited about getting this tank in here. I'm a little nervous on how it's going to fit. I mean, even this thing is a tight squeeze in the garage, and the X5 fits fairly well, but still a tight squeeze. So it'll be curious to see if there's enough length. I didn't measure it. Otherwise, I might have to find another spot for it in the garage. You know, it's a good problem to have, but still, problem to have no fuss. All right. Well, hope that was enjoyable for those of you that are growing your families. You've got 3 kids and you don't know what to do. It would have been cool to get a Porsche something or other, but they don't really make a 3-seated thing like their Panameras. The touring thing would be awesome, but that's still not going to solve my problem. And then Audi, I think it's a Q7 or Q8. I don't know if I can get behind that. The legacy continues then. See everybody later.